Hey guys, I'm out by the pool today because I'm talking about this copper ionizer for the pool, and I wanted to unbox it and kind of show you how it works and why it may be a great idea for you to pick one up. Hey guys, my name is Josh. Welcome to Saving Green. My neighbor, Paul, who actually helps with our pool, alerted us that the raw materials for acids and chlorine have become a lot more expensive lately due to the supply chain constraints that are affecting nearly every industry across the country. So he had recommended that we consider something like this. And this is a solar-powered copper ionizer. This particular product I got from Amazon is called No More Green Technologies. You can pick one up between $100 and $200 depending on the size of your pool. I'll link down to a handy calculator to estimate that in gallons so you know which one to get, because they do have a capacity limit based on the amount of charge in each of these solar capacitors. But why is this a cool product? Well, it's a great product because it runs on solar energy, just like my solar panels behind me. You can see that, again, the golfers have had their way with my panels, but that's a different video. I'll link down to that too if you want an update on how those panels are doing. But ultimately, this is a small little solar capacitor, and it charges the copper to basically slowly release into the pool. It requires minimal maintenance and should cut down on your chlorine usage for algae growth and bacteria and all that kind of stuff by about 80 to 90% by some estimates. So let's unbox it and see how it works. So this is it. We see that it comes with some basic instructions, maintenance tips and tricks, kind of shows you what the copper looks like when it gets corroded, which is normal. That means that it's working. It kind of shows you a general schematic between the solar element up top, that's the copper anode, and then a steel cathode that allows the circuit to be completed in the water, of course. And then there's a mesh basket that helps kind of eliminate any debris or anything from getting caught in the coils, and then a little screw to put everything together. Little coupon code, and here we go. So this is the device here. We can see that it's about maybe 8 inches or so in diameter. Got some decent weight to it. And look at that, this is like already assembled. This is awesome. This wraps around just to protect it and serve as free advertising for the company. So why not promote ionizerBuddy.com? Not sponsored, of course, but here we go. All right, so that's that. Super simple. This is a scrubbing brush that we can use to clean it, I think every month or two, depending on the temperature and depending on your season, of course, when it would be appropriate to clean the element off, but we'll take it as it is. Now I'll just kind of show you what it looks like if I unscrew here. All right, so there we can see there is the copper, and that will thin out with time. And I think when it reaches, they said, I think 1/4 inch for the radius of that copper element, then you know to replace it. You can just get them online. I'm gonna put this back. Down a little bit on the steel spring, and this screws right back in. It seems like it's gonna be very simple to replace. Now, before I put it in the pool, they recommend that you test to make sure that it works. So you just get a glass of water. I'm going to use one of these copper test strips that's provided in the packet to see if there's any copper in the water already, which there shouldn't be. And I know it's hard to tell in the light, but right now it's less than 0.1 parts per million, so that's a good baseline. Now let's drop this bad boy in the water and wait 15 minutes in the sun. All right, so it's been about 15 minutes. Let's see if it's working. So I got my copper water. I take this thing out. Ooh. Well, the water itself is blue, so I'm assuming there's going to be some copper in here. Fresh test strip. And here we go. Okay, so it's bright pink. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, so So over 2 parts per million. So in just 15 minutes, it turned the water blue. So yeah, this thing is definitely working, definitely powerful in this early October Florida sun. So that's awesome. And just as a comparison, this is before and after. Okay, so now we know that it works, and any copper levels over 0.5 parts per million are probably too strong. So it's recommended you take the device out of the pool, wait a week, and then retest. In really high concentrations of copper, it's rarely going to be toxic to your body, but it can precipitate on some of the equipment and lining on certain surfaces in the pool, so you definitely don't want that to happen. Now, to make sure that this thing gets sufficient sunlight consistently, I'm going to keep it closer to the east side of the pool so it doesn't get as much shade from the house blocking the sunlight in the afternoon. Now I'm going to use this string that I had around the house. I'm just going to tether it by sliding it through this little ring here. Just like that, and pull through. I'm going to tie this around just like that. So I think for most people who are taking care of their pool themselves or just want to cut back on the cost of raw materials, particularly on chlorine, then I think this is a great option for a lot of people. Again, double check the size of your pool. I'm going to put the calculator down below so you know how many gallons you can estimate, because they do run in different sizes. For our pool, I am hoping that this will get the job done and greatly reduce the amount of materials that we need and our maintenance costs overall. Now, you still may need a little bit of chlorine and a little bit of acid, but it should prevent you from shocking the pool as frequently, and it should provide a nice year-round protection against algal blooms and bacterial overgrowth in the pool just by releasing the copper ions into the water. It's recommended that you change the copper anode every year or two. It may be a little bit more frequent here in the Florida sun, but we'll see. I hope that that was helpful. I think that this product is an excellent option for most people, and definitely recommend checking one out. Thanks for watching Saving Green. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.